Blessed YouTube, blessing to everyone that may be watching or ever see this video. And I say blessings to everyone. Hope you all safe out there, and your family and friends, loved ones. And I say this in regard also to my family and friends and loved ones out there in the Caribbean, Jamaica to be specific, where I'm from. We have Hurricane Melissa ripping to Jamaica as we speak right now, and all the way here in America and stuff, and my mind is just can be at home, and thinking of my loved ones, family and friends. There's so much that I have in Jamaica as far as just love and connection. So blessings to everyone, and I hope that we all recover and get through this in speedy recovery time, and hopefully everyone is safe and we don't have any casualty or any serious damages of life is the most important. We can always rebuild and replace, but safe to everyone, and be safe out there and help each other in any way that you can. If you see somebody needs some help, somebody in danger, always lend a helping hand. Blessings, love, and respect to everybody. But today YouTube is a simple video and a simple demonstration of what we've been talking about and what we've been practicing, especially as of lately. Always, we always repurpose, Yardman always regrow, and make gardening accessible and easy, and not difficult where you find yourself hard to repurpose plant or even to get plant. So this is just a simple demonstration video of the more you know, the more you grow for free. And for a few years I've been watching this plant, beautifying and feeding the environment with so much richness. So it's basically a beautiful pollinator plant. And today we have some clippings here, aka root stem. As you can see, even this one, more root to it for sure, but I'm more interested in those little shoots that you see coming off the sides here. That's exactly what I'm gonna get my energy from, or my new growth, as far as when these roots start to accumulate in the new soil. In no time that's gonna be coming up with new growth, new shoots, new stem, a new plant, and I'm excited because the whole mission behind this is to incorporate more pollinators around my garden and just in the yard, and perennial plant. These are perennial plant, they do come back every year, especially this one, like spreads. Like literally I just pull this from where I took it from, out there. Like I said, the more you know, the more you grow for free. So we see a plant we like somewhere, as long as we not consider stealing, in a sense, we might take a clipping, So I took this, literally it was just separated from the body of the plant. So it's one of them that spread and run underneath the ground. So I saw this little limb here, this little plant on itself, shooting up, and I just pull it. It was a soft soil full of compost, and pull it just came up with this. How easy. So I'm excited. I'm just gonna replant these, and next year I put them outside. Spring, to become great pollinator in my yard. So the more you know, the more you grow for free. So we're just gonna do a simple demonstration here. This, and I just take it just over here to my little compost bin. As you see, there's some kitchen scrap, and some little twigs, banana, peel and all that. But I'm just gonna use this little tool, poke some hole into this container here. That's actually more than a little hole, really. It's that surface that is on. So to be more wise, I'm gonna put it over here on this surface, because I'm pushing on it. It doesn't have much room, as you see, like that. So it's end up creating more damage to the container rather than getting the type of hole that I was looking for. Just simple, clean, flawless hole. And I'm not trying to do a whole lot, as you see, and I'm just using this one bigger side for that plant I had with the root. I was fighting with that a while ago, but yeah, That's nice couple hole. But yeah, this was just sinking. So obviously when I press it was just not a good sturdy foundation to get that leverage that I wanted to poke the hole. So hence our first hole was more like a damage to the container. But we're good. We're not worrying about that. That's the least. We're still strong and firm. But anyway, simple demonstration. I have some nice loose mixed soil here. Most by compost. I do stuff like this simply in just small container. All over where I can. As you see, there's one more here. It's repurposed soil or just branch and twigs that I may have. I put in little extra pots that I have, and next year also I get some compost to use in my garden, or just to replant nice seedlings, or just cuttings like these. So yeah, I'm just getting some soil into these pots. Not too much as yet, as these are not deep containers. So I'm gonna make extra work for yourself in the way that you'd actually have to pour back out some of this soil, and obviously we're not trying to make more work for ourselves. For example, let me see. I think this one I was gonna put in here. Like I said, it's a bigger container, and this is more of a longer running sideways thing, because I think this plant kind of run underneath the surface like this, the soil, sideways. So then the shooting does come up while it finds its way across the soil. So I'm just gonna set this here simply, and as you see, these are where I'm looking for all my new shoots to be coming from. In just couple weeks, I'm sure I'm gonna be start. So yeah, I'm just, as you see, I put a little low surface of soil. I'm just gonna go in here and get some with my hand and cover this thing up. Finishing off my demonstration with a little watering, but as you see, we've been getting a lot of rain, and there's moisture in this soil so much as already, so you don't even have to water. As you see, these sometimes coming from compost, it's just broken piece of plant material. So a rock stone, so you can get rid of that. But yeah, all these are organic matter that broken down into the soil, that feed the soil with valuable nutrients and microbes, that live into these composting, like just a piece of dead plant, that dying piece of dead branch, or mulch, these wood chips and mulch. Wood chips and mulch are all great for composting, and to put down, you can put wood chips down for, like, say now winter is coming, you could have some wood chips down to stay through the winter, break down a bit and use them in your garden next year, or just continue on to creating great compost. But wood chips are always great thing for composting and mulch, as you know. But yeah, this one is down already. Like I said, I'm not even gonna demonstrate watering. In a few weeks I'm gonna show you guys some update on these, how much they're growing, and next season looking forward to put them in the soil as a pollinator. And same thing, as you see, this one I didn't put too much soil yet. We just wanna get the root a good leverage and surface where we're not overworking ourselves, as we said. Because if I put too much soil, I would have to try to dig and bury back the roots. So this is just a easier way to just put less soil and then add to it, and how simple that is. And this plant is already, I just sense the journey of it. It's already established. There's nothing. I couldn't imagine this plant dying in the sense of not catching from what I just did. At least let's say that it can die if I don't take care of it in the future, obviously. But this is something anybody could do. Simple, easy. This with this soil so healthy, moist at the moment. Like I said, this plant literally just went back into a living surface that is just gonna just explore and just come back to life. And as for this, I can just get rid of these little extra leaves so that the energy go back into the plant. itself and not trying to stay alive and feed this extra leaf, so these I can get rid of. Make sure I don't want to damage the plant here itself and stuff. But yeah, and even here, plant is so plant can be delicate, but plant can also be resilient. For example, if I did break this, I could literally wrap it with plastic and literally get it to still catch and survive. But and I might do that just in case, as this part just got a little bit fragile in the sense that I take those leaves from beside it. So I'm not gonna mess with much of this area. This can stay. But overall, though, even if I get rid of this part, honestly, what's going into the soil, all that nice root, and I know it's one of those plants that send, new sprout from the sides of it, or just from down underneath. So I'm excited. It's definitely a beautiful pollinator, and that's my main purpose for these plants right now. That they're such a great pollinator and for the environment, from the bumblebee to the honeybee to butterfly to different wasps, you name it. They all flood these plants throughout the season. So I'm excited. You know what I mean? So the more you know, the more you grow for free. And these plants I literally got them for free out there. And next year I'm gonna have great pollinator added to my garden and my environment in the yard. So it's the best thing that you can do, keep adding these type of stuff to your yard, to your environment, and just find purpose within yourself and the environment, and just add as a little as you can. I mean, I'm looking forward to what these gonna do, and the additive that is gonna add to the yard, in the sense of just pollination, bring in more pollinator, more butterfly, more bees, more wasps, because there's different type of wasps. There's wasps that will bite you, yes, in the sense, but there's so much good wasps that come to the garden that help with other insects or just help with pollination. But there's wasps that literally help feed on small insects that that would otherwise turn around and be bad for your plant. So blessings to everyone. Stay loved, stay blessed, stay safe, and especially, as I said, my family and friends out there in Jamaica and in the Caribbean. This hurricane is heading to Cuba next, going up that direction, heading to Bahamas and all that. So blessings to the people. Stay safe out there, and keep growing healthy food. You know what I mean? And more you know, you more you grow for free. Yardman Garden and Arts TV. Subscribe to our channel, and look forward to seeing you on the next video, and look forward to sharing the next video with you. This is just a simple demonstration, although I feel like it went a little longer than I would hope. But we don't edit, cut or crop anything right now. It's just raw and uncut. Yardman Garden and Arts TV. But anyway, I have to show you right up here how flourishing and blessings this era is on just the soil. Now you're talking about this late into fall. Time is getting cold. I literally see some of the morning where I see frost on the roof. But look at this. These are all dill weeds that grow in the yard already. These are not dills at the moment, but normally you see dry dill at the end of the season, like how you see this plant here. But to show you how much and how long the dills have gone. This is not dill either, but could come and dill would be like something like this, falling over at the end of the season. But all these are coming up from the seeds that fall from the plant while it was growing in the season. So dill have finished so much that these seeds decide to take and start to come back. And obviously, if I leave this in the next couple of weeks, they're gonna succumb to frost. And basically, that's what's gonna happen, because there's not much I can do in a sense. I'm not gonna really bring dill inside, the house. And but yeah, look at that. All these surface, it's just all new growth, all dill. Look at that. It's all dill. All dill. Look at over here. All dill weed. So these dill been here for years now. They've been regrowing, and I don't even have to mess with them. I honestly don't use dill a lot, in the sense, because I would eat the cucumber just as it is rather than wait on it to pickle. So nothing against who love pickle. Pickle is a famous, popular dish all around the world, but yeah. Anyway, But yes, it's a beautiful thing, a beautiful day, beautiful evening, beautiful plants. You know, and like I said, this I think is comfy. So I'm looking forward to make use of this plant here. Either this one or this one is comfy, and if some people know of comfy, they might familiar with what I just said as far as that plant itself. But anyway, this was the mission. So let's go back to it before we end the video. You know, stay blessed to everyone. More you know, more you grow for free. Subscribe to the channel. Yardman Garden Arts TV. Stay blessed. Stay safe. Alright? Peace.